Hello everyone. So my name is Yoma. I am a PNGtuber, street racer precisely speaking. So no one really is here, huh? Well, that was to be expected. Well, since no one is here, I can surely use my debut stream as a later introduction for my future streams, in case you're interested to know who am I, or what I like, or so on. So, in almost, let's see, 6 hours, about 6 hours, I'll make a second debut, in case anyone is just interested. So, I don't really think that this will be a very long stream. It actually be a very short stream. So, let's start with my very first banner. So, as you can see, my name is Yuma. My age is a total mystery. Not gonna lie, I don't even know how old I am. I was born on the 2nd of March, actually, and I can speak both English and Italian. Maybe, as you can hear, I'm not actually pretty much that fluent in English, but I plan to improve. Currently speaking, I'm also taking English classes, so now, to talk about my likes and dislikes. As a street racer, honestly, we're pretty much interested in cars. Pretty much any brand. Of course, if the car is a good one, and not actually a pretty flashy one that can actually do nothing. I am also pretty interested in technology in general. In fact, I spent a lot of time to make my debut, actually, because I was planning to make my debut in April, but to gather all the required equipment to just start my streaming, I had to take some time, just a little bit. If I had to talk about my likes, surely I'll say that I pretty much appreciate manga and anime in general, but I have my favorites. I'll tell you. I'm actually a coffee enjoyer, a coffee lover, and I don't really have a preference in coffee. I actually just like to drink a sip. In fact, for breakfast I only have a bit of coffee and then I'm ready to go. As if it was some fuel for your car, you know? I actually like a lot sleeping. And one thing that I was worried about my debut today was that I was actually going to oversleep and not to wake up in time. So what happened is that I set up my alarm, my clock, just so that I could wake up at, well, what was to me about 8 AM. And then I literally woke up this morning at 7 AM without my alarm going on, and I had to deactivate. Yeah, maybe that was the excitement, I don't know, but that actually gave me pretty much some time to just set everything. I'm actually very interested in sports in general. In the past I've practiced many sports. I practiced for most of my time swimming. In fact, I was going to go professional. Well, I was already going professional in some swimming competitions, but well, I had to leave, unfortunately speaking. Then I gave a go to basketball, some tennis, bowling. I actually pretty much a lot of sports that are not really coming to my mind right now. What to say? And it's actually pretty hilarious that uh, before my debut, I actually made some a post on Twitter and Reddit, which gained some traction. It was viewed by many people, and I was like, oh, maybe someone will come to my stream. Maybe I'll actually talk to someone. And right now I'm talking to literally no one. I'm literally talking to air, but that's okay. As I said earlier, I want to use this debut as an opportunity to start actually streaming, since this is my very first time. I'm actually a newcomer. I have never streamed before, even though I was actually in the past a content creator. And for this reason, I was pretty much excited and at the same time even a little bit scared. I mean, not scared to actually the debut being live scoped or having any technical problems, because I was able to pretty much set everything completely fine. I was more scared of the idea of debuting with a lot of people, and maybe right now the idea that no one is really watching me is making me a bit comfortable speaking. But that's okay, because I mean, I could use this debut as a way to introduce myself to others in the future, maybe, or maybe this same afternoon, because for those that maybe will know, I actually made a second stream today at 5 p.m. GMT2, which is actually my time zone. I later tried to convert the time zone to JST and PNGT, I guess, for what I remember. And then maybe I'll go more deep about any of my interests or likes, dislikes, and what I'll show you later after this. So for my dislikes are pretty much obvious, I guess. The lost connection for Chrome Dinosaur is pretty much frustrating, because as a streamer I need actually a pretty much stronger connection so that I'll have no problems at all. But generally speaking, even before starting my streaming, I guess, today, I mean, losing connection is pretty much a true pain. And, well, if you're a gamer, you can actually understand that. Sunlight, yeah, I pretty much don't go out a lot. I don't really like going out for a trip, taking a stroll, or everything like that. I mean, pretty much everything out there, I believe that is pretty boring, surely boring, while I can enjoy and have fun in my own room. And why not? I can watch other people live streaming and enjoy their content, of course. In fact, I also made a tweet about me being right now a VTuber, or PNGtuber if you really want to be politically correct, and watching VTubers. So if I needed to watch this debut maybe in the future, I'll probably think that it's cringe. But that is to be expected. I mean, as a newcomer, a beginner, a newbie, or how would you rather prefer to call me? And well, I hate to be in a rush. I mean, sure, I mean, now it seems that I'm trying to speed up things, but I actually take some time in everything I do. I try to do it very slowly. You appreciate more the moments, the experience, or whatever I may feel like. And maybe the thing that I dislike the most is the language barrier. Because, well, sure, right now I've said in my very first panel that I'm actually bilingual, that I can actually speak Italian, which is my native language, and maybe you actually have understood it right away, the term Italian. Maybe from my accent, I just use that as an excuse to just say that I'm not pretty much that fluent, or maybe that my English is not that very good. But yeah, I'm improving. I'm taking English classes for my very first time, literally speaking, because I've never taken any English classes. And surely in a very short period I'll be pretty much fluent and be able to communicate without any problems. Also, a language barrier is also very annoying because you would like to interact with a lot of people, right? I mean, even when you interact with live streaming, you actually want to communicate with a lot of people. You want to talk about any topic, anyone, any topic really. And it is such a shame that sometimes we are not actually pretty much confident about our own abilities, or we don't talk that specific language so that we cannot interact with someone that surely that person might be different because of cultural reasons, but that's actually a nice reason to just start interacting with people to discover new things. And that's why I pretty much started to learn English so that I can communicate with people. I mean, that will be my only one reason, of course. Surely, in the future, if I have the chance, I would like to learn even a third language, but I would like to pretty much first learn and make English my own language as if I was a true native speaker, and to make my streams even more interesting. So of course it'll be just a matter of time. Well, let's go to my third panel. I actually enjoy a lot of games, not gonna lie, and to be fair, I never actually had a chance to enjoy a lot of games because of my finances. But those games that I had the opportunity to explore were actually games that I think that they had an impact on me. To say, let's talk about the saga of Metal Gear Solid. I mean, it is pretty much a game that no one will ever talk bad about it. And I actually found Metal Gear in general a very interesting game. Not to mention Halo. I was able to play the first Halo game, and even if these graphic standards of today are not well respected, it was a nice and amazing game for the time. arcade games are surely the games that I used to play a lot. In fact, I also have, I believe, an X-Men arcade game that I plan to stream. Maybe it will be just a stream where I just play the game and then do some chatting, I guess. Dante's Inferno, of course, it was one of the games that I liked a lot because I was always interested in mythology and everything related to literature. Not to mention that it is pretty much fun to explore the idea that was portrayed in Dante's Inferno, even though I think that the timeline wasn't really that much respected, I guess, but I think that's more the American way to just portray mythology in a very different way, instead of like being, you know, original. Classic Nintendo games are part of my childhood, I could say. In fact, I played a lot of Mario Kart and some other games like Pokemon. And oops, maybe I made a mistake on writing Assassin's Creed. Yeah, well, I think it's pretty comprehensible, the game that I'm talking about. Now, that's what I was referring to when I was talking now about Dante's Inferno. Assassin's Creed is actually a game that is able to portray in a very accurate way the historical events or whatever is the place that they're trying to portray on the screen. Now, if I were to talk about my music interested, I'm interested in everything that is related to Eurobeat. So, if it's Eurobeat, I'll pretty much surely be interested and like it. I mean, it's very rare for me to not like anything related to Eurobeat, because pretty much every piece of Eurobeat is a literal banger. Well, if we had to count the importance that this genre of music had even in the anime of Initial D. That, by the way, there's going to be a sequel pretty much shortly. I'm not pretty sure. I think that I'm doing more than just guess. I guess that I'm really trying to divine things out. I know, but there will be actually the MF Ghost anime that is going to be out very soon, I believe. And I really would like to know if some of you maybe will be interested in following this anime. Of course, anime openings and endings are a must. I mean, I like them because of the graphic visuals that they always portray, but sometimes they actually have a very deep meaning. By talking about the other music that I like, I pretty much like the Only band music, which is, if I remember correctly, a French band that produces a lot of music and also makes sometimes some covers that I also enjoy, and I think that they have a lot of talent and they actually grow a lot. And at the very last but not least position, I put Man with a Mission. Their music is very good. I actually appreciated one song that they made that I don't actually remember the exact title, but it was a video where there was actually some graphic visuals about Devilman, which is, as I will illustrate in the next panel, was one of my favorite manga of all time. Well, the other one would be Berserk, but yeah, Devilman has actually a very deep meaning to me. And this was actually my very first manga that I've read, and that introduced me to this amazing and fantastic world where artists really put a lot of effort into their work. Not gonna lie, sometimes I literally spend a lot of time reading manga, not only for the plot or the story, but also the details in the art that are portrayed. And surely that was something that Miura Sensei was able to do, but also Nagai Sensei, talking about the Devilman manga. Well, since I'm talking about manga and animes, we can go to the next part and talk better about it. Now, as a manga enjoyer, the mangas, I believe, that would be actually grammatically correct, I believe. Devilman, as I said, was the manga series that actually introduced me to this reading genre. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed every bit of it. I actually have a very big collection of Devilman's manga. I have I was able to collect all the stories of the canonical speaking story, something related to Violence Jack. I should have a manga box about the dark side of Devilman, which is about Aemon, which is the demon that is supposed to be Devilman, but that's a complicated story to explain. And well, as I was saying, I also have in this list Death Note, Berserk, and Chainsaw Man. By the way, I still have to watch the anime. I pretty much have read about Chainsaw Man, the very first 2 volumes, the very first 2 numbers. Berserk is just too great, I believe, to be portrayed on the big screen. But the best work that I think they did was the anime of Berserk in 1996, I believe. That was the day that it was first aired on TV, and even though it wasn't really that much accurate, I believe that it was a very piece of art. Visually speaking, it was pretty much the best. I mean, we could take into account even the movies that they did that were actually even greater, but well, if we had to consider only the anonymous series, well, the 1996 is the better one. If we had to take into account the movies, that will be actually the best movie representation of Berserk. The Netflix one just has left me bad, just bad. I mean, some of the music that is related to the Netflix one was actually good, but it wasn't doing any justice to the animation or the CGI that was portrayed. I pretty much want to know how Mappa, the anime studio of Chainsaw Man, will actually portray the entire manga. And also, I'm also interested to know if there will ever be a part 2 of Chainsaw Man, which is something that a lot of people have discussed upon. Now, some other anime that I decided to list here are GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka, Initial D, because, well, I'm a straight racer, maybe, and it's related to Eurobeat, so the things are kinda linked, connected, and, well, cannot say that I pretty much enjoyed the visual graphics of the second season of Initial D, but pretty much all the anime is done very greatly. But I don't like what they did to the side characters. I mean, I think that the author had just wasted their potential. They could have just done great work. They could have actually, well, anyway, I think that some initially enjoyers might as well understand where I'm coming from with this opinion. I actually enjoy a lot Full Metal Alchemist. Honestly, I like more the first anime of Full Metal Alchemist, not the Brotherhood one. I think that the first one is able to actually portray the dark scenes that sometimes are there, while the Brotherhood one is actually very good because the story is accurate and wasn't modified like in the very first Full Metal Alchemist, since it was still ongoing and the anime studio didn't have that much time to just animate the same speed of the manga, so they just had to reinvent the finale. I actually enjoyed the Roro, the anime. I would like to have a chance in the future to actually read the original work of the manga, and why not give a shot to the newest manga that is currently being made, I believe, if they didn't actually end it, and then Evangelion. Great Teacher Onizuka, honestly, I decided to put it here because I believe that it's a masterpiece. Well, surely, not compared to Berserk or any of the many titles that I've just listed here, but there's actually Great Teacher Onizuka is able to communicate a lot. Well, sure, there are some lewd jokes, there are some dark jokes that are made, but the true purpose of GTO is actually to make people understand about the communication with people, to not worry about and to not overthink. And well, as a teacher, Onizuka, I think that surely is not the smartest, the brightest, but is someone that likes to take care of his students. And just wants the school to be fun for everyone. And the entire work, I think, is able to portray effectively not only the Japanese society, but also the school system that it's used today, and that is not considering students anymore just the people that they are, but just numbers, which is pretty wrong. We'll go to the next panel. This is actually my panel of goals that I would like to reach in the future. Of course, I realize that right now I'm very limited by my inexperience, by my lack of skills, ability, and even by my proficiency, if I were to address it. But well, I don't think that any of the streamers before me actually had a very easy life pressing the start streaming button for the very first time. So I think that I just need to take things slow, and if any one of you is interested to work with me on this journey, with my very stream, with my stream, or any future stream that I'll make, of course, then I'll gladly enjoy your presence here. Now, these are actually some of the goals that I have in mind. As I have first said, I would like to improve my English speaking, because I don't really have any problem about English, to be honest. I can perfectly understand when people talk. I don't really have problem about the comprehension of any reading. I can completely understand without any problem. I think it's more a problem out of the fact that I'm a self-taught. I never took any English classes, as I've said. So, and to just say, I never had actually the opportunity to talk with anyone in English. Well, if I had to consider my past, I could say that I've talked with someone in English in a more RP context, but that was mainly in messages or text, so I don't think that really counts. In my goals, I also wrote about to know people. Now, for me, knowing people is actually hard, like socially speaking, because for me, I spend so much time on my school studies and on my working career, even though I'm not that old, that I kind of forgot to socialize. I mean, and if possible, I would also like to have good memories with the people that I will know and that I'll meet. Why not? It'd be hard for me to just know people and to know the correct way to interact with them, but well, as long I think that my intentions are good, I think everything will be just fine. And if with my streams I can actually make someone day better, then I'll be sure happy to stream. Also, one thing that I was thinking while I was talking right now is that it's very funny that for this specific debut, I was thinking that I was going to have someone here, any viewer or someone to spectate, but there is really no one. For that reason, I am not disappointed. A part of me already knew that something like this could have happened, because let's be honest, I think that right now is very late if I had to take in consideration time zones both east and west, but I think that I have to work my way through with my streams, and maybe sometimes it's just nice to start slow and steady instead of accelerating the whole process. Like I said it before. Like, I made a Twitter post which I literally screamed out there, hey, I'm new, I'm here, I'm a PNGtuber, I can actually talk both EHAN and I can in both English and Italian, and well, if you wanna pass by, if you want to come and just look at my debut, it'd be nice. And I actually had a lot of viewers, at least to what my data says. Not know if that really is true, but hey, that's not really a big problem. It's just something that it's making me laugh a little bit. Now, I don't really want to end the stream very soon, and before ending, I would actually like to take some time to discuss about my next panel, which is the credits one. So, honestly, I have to thank a lot Jersey. She was an amazing artist to work with, and one thing is that you can find her on both Twitter and Instagram, and I believe that on both platforms, on both socials, you'll be able to actually find her Fiverr profile where to commission her if you're interested in her work. And if you want to know my opinion on her, I think that she's a very great artist, that she's very talented, and if I had to talk about my experience with her, I think that it was truly amazing, satisfying to say, because before sending her my idea of what I actually wanted to commission her about, I've literally started to write a Word file where I started to list how I wanted everything to be done, like from my hair, my eyes, the face, and my jacket or my sweatshirt, if you want to call it that way. And I was like, oh, you know, I want this to be this color, I want this one to be like this, I want this to be that, and so on. And I was like, was I enough precise in what I'd said? And it was with that fear that I was like, oh, you know, just when I was writing to Shorty, if you need to take some time for the work, there's anything that you need me to be precise about, if you need any details, just write me and I'll answer as fast as possible. And she was like, oh, okay, sure, no problem. Then I literally waited, so like I was going to receive my work in about 5 days, and she was actually faster than that. I have received everything in 4 days, so even faster than what actually her Fiverr page was saying. And I was actually amazed because honestly I know that each and every artist, whatever art style or whatever you are doing with your skills, with your abilities, I know that they actually take a lot of time to just draw and make some beautiful pieces of art, whatever we may call it, of course. And that was one of the many reasons for which I've said, you know, Chelsea, don't worry, this is my work, these are my details, this is what I wanted to make, this is what I want you to make. If you need to take time, surely, I don't want you to fret over to your work, so that it can be completely fine. And then as I said, she was like, okay, sure, no problem. And she was like fast, so fast. If I had to make a nice sentence about her work, I can say, if the devil works fast, she works even faster. That's all I'm gonna say. And when I received the work, I was actually pretty amazed, because it was even more greater and amazing than what I was actually going to expect. I mean, her work was already great, because I actually viewed her previous works, her previous commissions that she received, and I was like, well, I can trust her. I have no problem at all. And it was with that I just commissioned her. It's really thanks to her that I'm here today, that I can start streaming. And I realized that maybe this debut stream wasn't really that great, but I do not worry about that. As I said, I want to improve, I want to make things better, I want to work more. Maybe I even make a second debut. Well, if we don't consider the next one that I'm going to make at 5 PM of GMT2 time zone, which is my time zone. I don't really know what to say more. I think that I'll be ending my stream. Surely, let's say right now I've said that if it's 5 p.m. If it's 5 p.m. my debut, it should be about, let's say, yes, 7 hours. In 7 hours I'm going to make my second debut. So if anyone is interested, or any of you is going to watch this stream on my VOD section, well, sure, I'll have really no problem at all. You can just pass by and we can enjoy some time. We can just chill. I don't really think that anyone has really any expectations on me, but I take that as a way to just take things slow and to improve. Also, again, I'm really thankful to Cersei for her work. She was a very great person to work with, and if I had to take any consideration of working with her, I will surely choose her again. As I've said, you can find her on both Twitter and Instagram, and in her page you can actually find a link to commission her on Fiverr. And if you're interested where you can find me, you can actually go down below where there is a section dedicated to my socials. You can find me on Twitter, and also I've made a VOD channel on YouTube so that you can just follow me there, and it's actually where I'm going to upload everything, even this debut. That, at least to me, it seems a bit scuffed, but yeah, scuff is something to embrace. And well, this stream will actually be a reminder of how I've started everything. So, to just anticipate something about what I plan to stream, I was thinking about some games like Battlefield, for example, and I was thinking about, let me check very quick, because I actually made a schedule right here. Let's see if I can find it very quickly. Come on, let's see if I can find it very quickly. Okay, yeah, I'm preparing a schedule. So 5 p.m. today I'll have a second debut, which will be discussing some topic. Let's chill a little bit. Then I plan to stream on Friday. That again will be on 9 p.m. about 9 a.m. Sorry, 9 a.m. of GMT +2 time zone. And some games that I'm planning to stream are, let's see, Battlefield 3, some Metal Gear, of course. I just have to decide. I was planning to stream a bit of arcade games, some Deadpool. Then I'll just have to figure out how I can stream actually some Nintendo games. And then I have some games already prepared for the next stream. Yeah, I think I can really work out everything easily, without any problem, of course. So, to anyone that maybe has just passed by to this stream and maybe I did not see, I want to thank you for your time, for your patience. I want to thank again Sharcy for her amazing work. I'll give her as much credit as she wants, because I know that an artist's job is not that easy. And I'll see you guys later in the afternoon. Thank you again for being here with me. Again, after the end of the stream, I'll post this stream on my VOD YouTube channel, and then, well, one day maybe we'll laugh about how much I was nervous and scared to stream. Yeah, that's really what I felt like. I may actually tell you about what I felt on how it felt streaming for the very first time, and I think that actually some of you can relate to or understand me, if that makes some sense to you. So yeah, guys, thank you for everything, and I'll see you later. I'll see you next time. Thank you for everything. Bye everyone.